This video is for specifically my sister, but anybody that's got a young uh, developing player. And I'm going to talk about one of the challenges that they face for these guys. And it's not so much age related, although you're going to see this at 6, 7, maybe even 8 years old. But it's really how strong the kid is, physically. A lot of these kids don't have the core strength or the upper body strength to survive an impact with a 5 ounce baseball. That's why I always recommend, hitting wiffle balls as much as you can from great distances, and maybe hitting baseballs off of tees. It's a little bit easier for what we're going to discuss here. So, getting through the swing here with this little guy, you're going to notice a couple of interesting things happen. Okay, so you'll see that once he gets to impact on the top. Okay, we're going to focus on the top here for now. Okay, so let's just key in on impact, which is going to occur right about here. Okay, so keep your eye up there, please. He's hitting a smush ball. Okay, and watch when he makes impact with the ball, how he finishes nicely through the baseball. So he's at impact right there. Okay, and when he gets through the baseball, you see that great palm up, palm down finish there. Okay, we talk about that all the time. The good flexion there. I mean, that could be a little bit better, but again, this kid's 7 years old, so please keep that in mind. He's very new to the game, and he's learning all the intricacies of hitting. And this kid's really advanced. I mean, already I see some great stuff. I see, great ankle roll telling me that he's, really using his shoulders and hips while he's turning through the ball. And we're going to see what happens post impact, which is most challenging for these guys this age. Okay. So when we talk about getting through the ball, this is what we mean. If you look on the top again, I mean, he is staying down the line. That's great, great extension down the line, with his finish after impact of the baseball. Okay. So, it's just a couple interesting things. Like, again, focus there on top, okay, right where that circle is, and just watch the finish here as it relates to the top versus the bottom. You're going to see some things happen on the bottom that really limit this young boy because he's using the heavier baseball. Now, on top, he's hitting a smush ball. On the bottom, he's hitting a typical 5 ounce baseball, and you're going to see the difference in the two here. So he's getting through the ball nicely there. That's great impact position. Watch him get through the ball down the line. That's a great bat angle there. Okay. And again, impact down the line there. Okay. And then I'd like you to kind of focus in on, again, that's just great impact there. Take a look at the green circle there, and just how fluid he is getting through the ball with that smush ball that doesn't weigh anything. Okay. And this is the same kid on the bottom. And now watch what's happening here. Already he's kind of bracing for the inevitable 5 ounce collision he's going to have. And you're going to see some interesting things happen with his barrel at impact here because, again, kids, they their body does more than their brain. Like, they're going to respond at what works more than think through it because they're so young, and they have a lot of limitations on their body and how strong they are and how they can get through the baseball and finish. So what happens is if you hit something hard, and the 5 ounce ball is significantly heavier and harder than the smush ball or tennis ball or wiffle ball, that their shoulders are going to stop and you're going to see barrel bounce here. Now watch, look at his barrel just bounce there. See that go up? It's almost like he hit the ball and his barrel just rolled up it because it was just too heavy to get through. You can see his shoulders are locked there. Look at the shoulders on top. You see great, extension there after impact, and you see the shoulders on plane. And now look at the shoulders here. They're just kind of locked. He can't turn. He kind of stops turning. Okay? And you don't have to look any further than looking at that front heel too. And you're going to see that right there. Freeze it right there. Look at his barrel on the finish there. It's kind of up and down. You see this action there. There's his barrel, as opposed to this one where it's straight away down the line. And see that? And that's the difference between hitting the smush ball or a tennis ball or a wiffle ball up here versus hitting a 5 ounce baseball down here for a very young hitter. Okay, so that's one of the disadvantages to hitting with those smush balls. Well, I'm sorry, an advantage of hitting with a smush ball or a tennis ball versus hitting with a baseball, a typical 5 ounce high school baseball. And again, if anything, This is just is very telling right here, this frame here. It's almost like he's bracing for impact. Look at the difference between his heel and ankle roll here on the top, and look at the difference. But I mean, this looks like two different kids, but it's the same kid, and one of them he's hitting a smush ball, and one of them he's hitting a baseball. And the reason for that is he's being locked up because he doesn't have the core strength to support or the shoulder strength to support turning through a 5 ounce ball at this time. So that's why, when I work with my nephew, I always try to use smush balls right now because he just doesn't have the core strength to drive through the baseball. And we want to make sure that he's got great mechanics and he's a little bit stronger before we want to start firing baseballs at him, because that really will, stunt their development. So hope you guys got a little bit out of that. But just to recap, the player on top here is hitting smush balls. It's the same kid, okay? Smush balls, and this is what happens when he hits a baseball. He's almost like bracing for impact because his body's going to tell him, based on prior information, that once he gets to impact with a baseball, it's going to hurt a little bit, and he's going to make adjustments that are wrong. Whereas the guy on top says, okay, I'm hitting a wiffle ball. I'm getting through it. All right, I hope that helps.